What is going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back with a brand new video, and today then we've got our F1 2014 Australian Grand Prix preview. Really looking forward to this Grand Prix, the first race of the F1 2014 season, and really looking forward to it because it's going to be extremely eventful and probably one of the most unpredictable races of the 21st century. So really looking forward to this race then. It is held around Albert Park, Melbourne Grand Prix circuit. 58 laps. It's been held in Australia 78 times. Been held in Melbourne quite a few times now, ever since I believe around 1996. I think was the first time it was held in Albert Park. So it's really cemented itself in F1 as this true sort of classic, and you sort of look forward to every year. And with it being the first race of the season, it always produces a really good race, and I'm sure 2014 will be no different. Really looking forward to this race. You know, last year produced a really good race. We saw, it was a battle of the tyres. There was new tyres, just like this year, new tyres, new engines, and they were, different strategies. Those who chose a free-stop strategy got points, but the two people that chose a two-stop strategy and made it work were Raikkonen and Sutil. Raikkonen won the race in his Lotus, and Sutil got some good points for Force India. So, we could be seeing a similar thing in Melbourne, seeing if there are split tyre strategies, and also saving fuel, saving engines. There'll be all sorts of things that the teams now have to manage that they didn't have to manage in previous years. So it's sort of another test for them now in Melbourne. See what they can get right, see what will go wrong, because I'm pretty sure a lot of things will be going wrong for most of the teams. It'll be very tough, I think, for any team to get both of their cars to the finish, and we will have to see how many cars finish. Some people are predicting below 10, so if that prediction's correct, then of course if you do finish you could be scoring points, and that could be the case for the likes of Marussia and Caterham, and they'll be hoping that will be true, because Caterham seem to have a very reliable car, definitely the most reliable of the Renault Power team, so they'll be looking to score their first points and could possibly score points, and I'm going to predict that one of them will score points. I think it'll be Marussia, and I think Jules Bianchi will be getting that point for them. It's Caterham then. Caterham and Marussia hoping to score points at their finish. Toro Rosso not really seem to be on the pace, and the reliability isn't the best. It seems to be better than Red Bull. They seem to be have a better package than Red Bull in the early stages of the year, but not looking good for Red Bull or Toro Rosso really. Or Lotus. I think Lotus is probably the worst team on the grid at the moment. That's not on pace, but just on reliability. I can't see either of their cars finishing in Melbourne. They really need to get it fixed if they want both of their cars to finish. So it'll be a really tough challenge, I think, for all Renault Power Unit users, and especially Lotus. Of the Mercedes Power Units users, I think Mercedes definitely the strongest. I think they're the strongest of the field. Definitely tipped to be favourites. Seems to have just a really good car and really strong reliability, but not bulletproof. We have seen quite a few blips from them, gearbox failures, engine failures, and so on and so forth. It'll be interesting to see who will come out on top between Hamilton and Rosberg around Melbourne. I think Hamilton quite likes his track, especially I think he's quite good in qualifying. Rosberg has sort of had average races around here, but we'll have to see if he can finish, and if one of those two Mercedes will be winning the race. And also Williams could be the surprise package of 2014. And their big surprise could come as early as Melbourne. Could they possibly sneak in a surprise win or podium? Or we'll have to wait and see. Bottas and Massa will be hoping they can. Massa's never been particularly good around this track, so I doubt it'll be him. But maybe Bottas could surprise a few people, especially maybe even qualifying, and get a surprise result. For the Ferrari Power Unit users, Ferrari looking pretty good, kind of looking average at the moment, quite unpredictable, maybe just like previous years, sort of not up front, but not in the midfield, sort of in that gap between. I'm sure having probably arguably two of the best drivers on the grid, Alonso and Raikkonen, they can do great things in 2014 and indeed in Australia. So I expect to see the Ferraris and the Mercedes and the Williams battling up front. And with the McLarens, of course, if I haven't really mentioned them yet. It's tough to say how good their pace is. It could be race winning, it could be midfield. We're not quite sure on McLaren yet, but if they seem to have one of the most reliable cars also, but I think Williams have the most reliable So expect if they can get both their cars to the finish, they'll be scoring points, which of course will be such an upturn on what they managed last year. But I think really looking forward to this race for a number of reasons. So one of those is that rain is forecast on Sunday. If this race wasn't going to be exciting enough, there is now rain forecast, so that's going to add a whole new dimension to the race. And of course, wet races are always 50% more unpredictable statistically than dry races. That's just a statistic that I made up, but whatever. Well, I know that, and you know that the wet races are always going to be really unpredictable. So really looking forward to the Australian Grand Prix. And you can leave your top 3 down in the comments, or even top 10 if you're feeling lucky and want to win a cookie. If anyone does correctly predict the top 3 down in the comments, I'll give you a shout out in my next preview. But yeah, I'm going to make my prediction then just as a guide for you guys, and see if I'm right and see if I get a cookie. In first position, I'm going to put the Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. In second, the Ferrari of Fernando Alonso. And in third, the McLaren of Jenson Button. So you can leave your top 3 down in the comments. I'll be very interested in reading them. But that means Smooth Racing then. Please like, share and subscribe for weekly F1 and motorsport content. And on Sunday I'll be bringing you a full race review of the Australian Grand Prix from Melbourne. But I'm Smooth Racing then, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.